Hey, folks. Welcome back to the Basement Show podcast. That's right. That's right, baby. Bringing you more with episode 24. Yeah.
Oh, it's more on 24.
That's right. How are you?
Good.
Good. All right. Well, let's get rolling here.
I've given my 2 bits.
That's right.
Now I'm done.
Okay. So, welcome again to the Basement Show podcast, the only show filmed in a basement that we know of. Praise the Lord. That's right, baby. I'm ridiculously handsome Ryan. That's right. And to my left is the one and only Timbuktu Tara. Yeah, thanks for sliding down the bulkhead with us. Please, yes, baby, won't you do it for us, please? Like, share, subscribe. And then take those April showers and make it rain on that notification bell. Click it. Do it now. So you'll know ASAP Rocky when we release new mediocre content, shorts, expressions, superstitions. And also, please, take us with you, okay? The Basement Show podcast on the go, yo. Take us around. Shop us through your town. We're everywhere. We're streaming things are streaming.
We're streaming things are streaming.
I love it when you say
We're also
that.
on we're on iHeartRadio. We have a little TikTok thing. We're on the Instagram.
That's right. Talking of dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to let you know, hit us up on the Google voicemail. Follow the non-existent bouncing ball below. That number is 617-286-2203. And like T just said, lastly, but not leastly, hit us up on the Instagram, the.basement show. So back to the check-in.
Yes.
You doing good this week? I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I am too. All right. So
I am, but don't tell anyone.
I'm not. I'm going to keep it very private.
Let's keep it between us.
That's right. Friends. Yeah. So, we got Oddly Enough. We're going to sail right in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting right in there, aren't you?
Let's get down to business.
Okay, Oddly Enough news.
All right.
A British woman finds a second shower behind her bathroom wall.
Oh, double dirty.
So the woman was renovating her home and said she was shocked when she removed a bathroom wall and discovered an intact shower. I know. Hannah Otto of Hampshire, England, said she purchased the home in 2020 and has been renovating the house ever since. Otto posted a video on TikTok showing what she discovered when she removed a bathroom wall that had been leaking due to tile being installed directly onto the wooden panels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am not good at home makeovers, and I'm not a handy person.
No.
So I don't. Attaching the tile right to the wood sounds wrong to me.
Very wrong. Very wrong. Yes.
The shower we were using was leaking due to movement in tiles, and I just knew, because the house is full of really bad DIY, I promise I had nothing to do with it, that they probably hadn't used any waterproofing underneath the tiles. She looked behind the wall and found a second shower.
Wow.
I was really shocked to find a whole other shower behind. Then I noticed another hole in the tiles of the secret shower, through which I can see another layer of tiles behind and a mirror.
Imagine her on Zillow. You'd be like, oh, it's got 2 bathrooms now. And there goes the house value. Yeah.
Otto said she discovered the latest in a series of surprises since she began renovations on the house. I couldn't believe it initially, but also I could. Because this house is never straightforward. My house isn't either.
No.
We have wooden floorboards laid on top of carpet in the living room and found tile laid directly on the floor of the kitchen floor.
Wow.
So they tiled over the floor.
Wow, so they have like a house underneath their house.
Very likely they do.
Yeah, it's like a house poster.
This,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this resonated with me because I'm currently in the process of trying to remodel my bathroom,
Yes, you are.
which has been a nightmare.
Yeah.
I've been technically without a shower since Tuesday.
Right. And you smell terrific. by the way.
I've been going to my parents and showering.
There you go.
Yesterday I couldn't get there, so I essentially I basically showered in the sink.
Yes, bird bath.
Like a little bird.
Yes, a little sparrow just wiggling around. Tweet, tweet. Yeah.
I had to sparrow it. Just
What are you doing to get ready this morning? Oh, just doing my little sparrow routine.
my little wings.
Yes, my bird bath.
So, but when they removed the tub, right?
Yeah.
They found an extra 2 feet
Wow.
because there was a false wall there.
Damn.
I know.
Extra 2 feet of space. There you go.
That bathroom is small. I need that 2 feet.
Exactly.
Seriously.
You really do, because it's tight in there.
Sure is.
Can't have any types of potties in there anymore. Sorry, bathroom's closed.
Yeah. I was so sad when they were leaving Thursday, and he's like, "See you Monday." I'm like,
Oh, bird bath time. No.
all weekend in the bird bath.
Yeah, tweet, tweet.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
I know.
All right, so that leads us on to our next segment, which is Stupid Crimes.
Ah.
Yeah,
Stupid crimes you can be charged for.
that's right in the slammer.
We see you.
Yes, we do.
All right. In New Hampshire,
New Hampshire.
it is illegal to collect seaweed from public beaches at night specifically. Do as you will during daylight hours. This was introduced as a result of the seaweed's relatively lucrative resale value in some contexts.
Wow. We need to get on that. We really do. Really. It'd be like,
How did you guys make all your money? Seaweed?
That's right. I'm a professional poacher. Seaweed sale.
Seaweed resale.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's get those going. Illegal to poach. So, what exactly did it say the penalty was?
It doesn't say the penalty. It just says it's illegal.
Right. So you can't do it at night, but
And these are old on the books laws. So.
Right. So this is like during nighttime.
Yeah.
You can't be poaching that seaweed.
No.
But during the day, have at it.
Apparently.
You know what
I don't
mean?
understand the difference
I don't either.
because it's only something that they would enforce in the evening hours. But.
I do know that I take said seaweed during the daytime and wrap it around like a cool scarf. You know what I mean? Scaring all the little childrens and stuff coming up out of the ocean.
You ever
like,
touched seaweed in
Yeah.
the water?
I have. And
It's
seaweed,
horrible.
And what's worse is when the seaweed touches
Yes.
you.
And you're like, ah!
Because it could be a number of things underneath. You know what I mean? Could be a little crab. Could be one of those crabs with the extra large hand on one and just taking out a toe.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want that. So it's illegal. It's illegal to poach seaweed.
Illegal to poach seaweed, yes,
That's too
sir.
bad. That's too bad. Well, as you've noticed, you see what I have here,
I see what you have there.
folks at home. Do you see? Little cookie of fortune. So this week's Get the F Out of Here is dedicated. I'm not going to say this company's name, but it's dedicated to the fortune cookie. So a couple months back, I decided to get myself one of those Chinese food plates because it's so delicioso.
Little combo D3.
That's right, little D3 action. Whip an extra wing and a scallione pancake in there. So what happened was I finished said meal. Okay,
Yep.
And now you can hear the wrapper opening.
That's all right.
Right? And then what happened was I did this, which is customary.
Yeah.
I opened said fortune cookie. Okay?
And you expected your fortune.
I did.
You
Now
were waiting
this-
to find out what was going to happen.
Right. Now this fortune says, how about another fortune? No. It says...
It says 404, fortune not found.
This was written by Arnold himself, I think. It says, discipline is the refining fire by which talent becomes ability. Ow, ow. So this one has a fortune on it.
Yes.
The one that I opened a couple months ago, folks, was a blanken cookie. Okay? It was a blank fortune cookie. Now, the reason why I felt so strongly about this, and I want to say, get the F out of here, is the fact that I finished said meal.
Yep.
Very delicious, okay? Now, after I opened my blanken cookie,
My blanking cookie.
I felt very, very unfortunate. It was not good.
It was an unfortunate event.
Right, so this week's Get the F Out of Here goes out to all the fortune cookie makers. Please, there's someone out there who needs just a little bit of hope. And they're kind of hoping for that with their, handy-dandy all-in-one dessert, Chinese style. Please, make a conscious effort to put some type of print. Okay?
A conscious effort.
Yeah, I mean, I took it pretty well. I was that unlucky SOB that happened to try and finish his meal and, ended up having a blank fortune cookie. But that's okay. So, yeah, please pay attention to that, folks. All right? So get the F out of here. All right? With these blanking cookies. We don't need them.
No.
Right.
But what does that mean?
It means your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one. Both of you.
And that segues us quickly into things parents say.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. We got a couple this week. Let's see. What did I end up going with? Yeah. Oh, eat your food. There's starving people all over the place.
My mom said that to me.
Yeah. And I kind of, it's true.
You know what I find interesting about that, though?
What?
Is I remember being, as a kid, shush. I remember as a kid, I didn't make my own plate.
Right.
They made my plate for me. It's like, if you have the ability to choose the quantity of your own food.
Correct.
I mean, that's something else. But if something, because, I'm not that hungry, I'll just have a nibble.
Yeah. A nosh.
But you get the full servings, and you're like, shoot.
Right. And you're a little kid. So your stomach's little as well. So you're looking at that plate of food, and you're like, how am I going to accomplish this task? And the adults around you are just like,
Yeah.
And, it's kind of gets frightening.
I heard that one. It was, it was what, China they would use? The starving people in China.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy, don't play with your food. Eat it.
Aw, gee.
Starving people would be happy to have that.
Exactly.
I don't know that they're all starving.
I don't know where they are, number one, and I don't know how much they have or haven't had to eat. All I know is that I wish they were here because I can't finish this whole plate of food. Okay?
Bring them here.
Yeah, please.
They can have these mashed potatoes.
That's right. Fly them on over.
Fly them on over.
We got plenty.
My sister hated chicken, and she still does. She won't eat chicken.
No.
So if we were having chicken, she would take the chicken and hide it underneath the mashed potatoes.
Oh, really?
And try to get away with not eating the full. So she'd be like, "Yeah, I already ate it."
Was it bone-in chicken? Because that's a lot harder to do.
It'd be like boneless chicken.
I'm proud of her though. She hid that whole piece of chicken.
Apparently, when that stopped working, she would somehow smuggle it from the table and hide it somewhere else.
Did you guys have a dog?
It's like no.
Oh well.
Open up a drawer and see roast
man.
beef.
3 weeks later, what is that smell? Oh, that's awful. I love it. All right, enough of the small talk.
Yeah.
You ready to learn?
I think so.
Let's break it down for him.
Today I learned.
Today we learned.
This is an extra large helping of Today I Learned.
That's right. A whole hidden chicken breast with mashed potatoes on top. Helping.
Hidden chicken breast. Today I learned. In 1997, Amy Toby, an employee in charge of ballpark music at Fenway Park, played Sweet Caroline during a Boston Red Sox game because someone she knew just had a baby named Caroline.
Cool.
It caught on with fans, and now many teams from different leagues play the song during home games.
Nice.
Here's some bonus info. The song becomes just a tad bit creepy when you realize it was about Carolyn Kennedy, who at the time of writing was only about 12, 13 years old.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's an odd turn.
Yeah.
I just shifted in my chair a little bit. I got uncomfortable.
Now, after the bombing at the Boston Marathon, Neil Diamond arrived at Fenway Park unannounced 7 years ago, April 20th,
Yep.
2013, as the Boston Red Sox played their first home game since the bombing.
Right.
Emotions clearly high, Diamond delivered a powerful moment of his own as he led the crowd at Fenway with an eighth-inning rendition of Sweet Caroline.
Nice.
Several years later, Diamond explained how the idea of him traveling to Boston and the extraordinary day in general came about. I saw the announcement that the bomber had been caught and the game would go on. The more I thought about it, the more I knew I had to be there. It was the night before the game. We were at home in L.A., and I told my wife, Katie, we have to go. At 4 a.m., we boarded a plane to Boston with no real plan other than to make our way to Fenway. No one was aware we were coming, but it felt so right that neither my wife nor I questioned it. We landed in Boston a little more than an hour before the game started. Diamond admitted he really didn't have a plan when he got to the ballpark.
He doesn't need one. He's Neil frickin' Diamond.
I love that he was just like, well, I'm just going to go. I have no plan.
It's not like they weren't going to let him in. I mean,
I know.
That's great. That's great.
It quickly became something those in attendance would never forget. There was no band or music prepared for my appearance, and I didn't have a plan. They handed me a microphone. I walked out onto the field between home plate and first base and was careful not to step on the line. I sang along to the recorded version of the song that they usually use. So there were actually two Neil Diamonds singing.
Nice. Double diamond. You bet your sweet bippy, baby. Roll me, I'm hot.
The 1969 Neil and the 2013 Neil.
Still awesome.
And I was just singing along with everybody else.
That's right. Who was singing along with both of me?
Yeah. It was a powerful moment with the audience joining in as one. There was a feeling of relief, unity, strength, and love. I saw people in tears, people hugging. It was a moment I will never forget. The day is among the most memorable of my career, and it was totally unplanned and unprepared. Maybe that's where God came into the picture and helped it all come together in such a beautiful and spontaneous way.
Would you please welcome Mr. Neil Diamond?
Thank you, Boston.
Touching one, reaching out, touching me, touching you, sweet Caroline. The times never seem so blue.
Wow. That's a great story.
Isn't it?
Thanks for learning me on that.
You're welcome.
I wonder how Neil's going to feel when I show up at his house. I'm here to sing for you. Get off my property.
With Double Diamond, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I bet you sweet baby. Woo. All right. So that leads us in to our next segment. Horrible history.
Oh, boy.
Let's get horrible.
It's time to get horrible.
Historically.
Well, that is the world.
Yeah, it is.
So, horrible histories. Today, dear friends, we're going to learn about a woman named Mary Mallon.
Mary Mallon.
At some point in her story, Mary appears to be a victim and at others the villain. But she certainly made epidemiology the talk of New York and the wider world in the years just before World War I. Mary Mallon was born in Cookstown, County Tyrone.
County Tyrone. Ireland.
In 1869, but left Ireland as a teenager to seek a life in the New World.
In America.
By 1900, Mary was a cook, working in the houses of wealthy families in and around New York City. Her signature dish was said to be peach ice cream.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Doesn't it, though?
That's right.
Hold on to that. Somewhere between 1 and 2 million Americans worked in domestic service back then, and to be a cook was to be queen of the castle.
That's right.
You were ruling it if you were a cook.
Oh, you don't mess with the people that mess with your food.
No. Mary Mallon worked in the ritzier parts of Manhattan, but things were not going as well as they seemed. Between 1900 and 1907, she cooked in the homes of 7 families, the last one on Park Avenue.
Wow.
And in every one of them, people fell sick or died.
Huh.
Each time she slipped away and found work elsewhere. I love that. People like dying and she's like, tip, 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 tip. Right out the door. Her wealthy employers were in places like Oyster Bay, Fifth Avenue. They were shocked. Typhoid was a killer, but it belonged to another world. The disease thrived in the overcrowded and sanitary conditions of New York's slums, such as Five Points, Prospect Hill, and Hell's Kitchen.
All the boroughs.
Yeah. The family of one of the victims hired a researcher called George Soper, and the diligent Mr. Soper proved to be Mary's nemesis. Even though when he first tracked her down, she chased him out of her kitchen with a carving fork. Oh, that's...
Whoa. That's intense.
That's part of the problem with Mary.
Yeah.
It's possible to sympathize with her refusal to believe she could be transmitting a disease from which she had never suffered herself.
Wow.
But Mr. Soper had correctly identified her as asymptomatic carrier of typhoid fever. She could never get the disease herself, but would never stop giving it to other people.
She's the gift that keeps on giving. I don't think so.
Not surprisingly, Mary Mallon found this impossible to understand, but the New York authorities were desperate, and in 1907, Mary was exiled to the isolation facility on North Brother Island in the river outside New York.
Wow.
North Brother Island is an uninhabited bird sanctuary these days. It sits in the East River near the Bronx. In the late 19th century, it was built to house victims of smallpox and was eventually given the task of keeping in isolation anyone suffering from a quarantinable disease. The treatment may seem brutal by modern standards, but before the invention of antibiotics, there was no way of containing such diseases. The Greater New York Charter gave state health authorities the power to order the sick into isolation. Mary Mallon was held, essentially, in solitary confinement.
Oof, brutal.
She planned legal action and told her lawyer it was unjust to treat her as an outcast when she had done nothing wrong. It seems incredible, she said, that in a Christian community, a defenseless woman can be treated in this manner. Mary won her freedom in return for a promise she would never work as a cook again. She tried working in the lowlier job of laundry maid, but eventually returned to cooking under a string of assumed names. She even, unforgivably, took a job in the kitchen of a hospital.
Oof. Wow.
Now a familiar trail of death and sickness pursued her. It's impossible to know how many deaths she was responsible for. Accounts suggest there may be as many as 50. When authorities tracked her down again in 1915, there was no newspaper campaign and no sympathy for her. Mary was sent back into isolation and lived in confinement for 23 years until her death in 1938.
Awful.
Her legacy, perhaps, is a lesson about following medical advice even when you don't really understand it. But why was Mary Mallon's signature dish of peach ice cream so important to her story? The typhoid bacterium can live in cold food, but is destroyed by cooking. If she had taken a special pride in her apple pie, perhaps we never would have heard of Typhoid Mary.
Catching them killers, then.
It's just the one killer, actually.
No luck catching them killers, then.
It's just the one killer, actually.
No luck catching them killers, then.
It's just the one killer, actually.
So, Mary, you got brain freeze?
No, I got brainwave. Get us back to the station, now!
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
I don't want to eat anything right now. All right. That's good. Thank you.
So it's like it could live in the cold. So if she had a dish that was served hot, she wouldn't have been spreading this disease everywhere.
Right, but she's pumping out peach ice cream.
She was pumping out peach ice cream.
That's right, pumping out that peach. Death.
Big bowl of death.
All right, so that leads us into this week's random word
generator.
Boy. Would you like to go first this week, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go first. I have a feeling you're going to win.
Okay, this is where T and I put in a word or select the... I can never explain this right. And that's
we take a word generator.
Yeah.
Hit generate and select the word. Well, I mean, we use the word that the generator
See, it's
comes
hard
up
to
with.
explain.
It really is.
But we get there.
Then we take that word, throw it into YouTube, watch the first video that comes up.
See what happens. All right, here we go.
My random word was illustration.
Wow, perfect for you.
Yeah, is it though?
Is it?
The title of the video is Digital Painting Process, Adobe Illustrator, Vector Illustration.
Oh my God, is that from NASA?
It is from a channel called Nita Draws. The video is 20 minutes and 49 seconds.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You did 20 minutes?
Yeah, because she doesn't explain. So there's no awful narration.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you watch YouTube videos and people are like, and then da-da-da, and they just kind of, they don't know how to explain properly like what they're doing.
Exactly. Unlike the basement show. Awesome. So awesome.
So, I mean, she had up on the screen the select tools. If anybody's familiar with Adobe Illustrator, it's just it's a program, and you get all these little tools on the side. You get like a paintbrush tool, a select tool, stuff like that, and you create your little illustration. The thing that I have issue with is that it's a vector drawing, and vector images are done by mathematics.
Oh, so there's math involved. So
yeah,
we don't like it.
You're supposed to do like a math formula.
Yeah,
You establish points. It's like a grid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A math grid. An evil math grid. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I personally can't. Math is my enemy. I personally can't function that way.
Right.
So, and it's been a long time since I've used Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop because they're essentially the same program. So that, and you work in layers as well. So it's like one layer will be like a tree, and one layer will be like the leaves of the tree, and then so that you can select different layers and alter them, and you're not altering the entire picture.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
I like that. Draw me something.
So I mean, she did this little thing of two birds in a tree, and it was lovely, but it's not beginner level.
Okay.
So if somebody was just like, oh, I'd like to learn how to do this, blah blah, this would not be. You already need to know what you're doing in order to get anything from the video.
Okay.
But I mean, other than that, I guess it's fine.
All right. So.
I give it a 4.
You give it a 4? All
yeah.
Right. My word this week was cheek.
Cheek?
Yep. CHEEK.
Okay.
All right. The channel that popped up was Cheek Roblox. Is called the channel's called Cheek Roblox Game. The video is called Roblox. It was posted on March 18th of this year. It's 5 minutes 19 seconds, and it's basically about a video game that gets you through the amazing world of Gumball. Yeah, it's got 8.9 thousand views, 384 likes, and it's just a very interesting video on how this person breaks down this video game. You're gonna have to go on the channel and check it out just because their voice is just so funny.
Okay.
The person has like this very deep kind of like California surfer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
bro, it's a gnarly game, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my word this week. Kind of boring, you know.
Okay.
what didn't really enjoy the video all that much, but I did my job and I gave it a shot. So.
I did my job.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
And that brings us to the fun stuff, which is A&I tells the story. If you don't know what A&I is, the whole story, it's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And basically it's going to tell you the story with its own voice and its own individual story. Yeah.
We let AI write the story, and then we let AI tell the story.
Right, directly to you.
Yeah. This is called the Egg Hunt.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Once upon a time, in a small town called Cloverdale, there was a family of 4 who eagerly awaited Easter morning each year. Every year the family would hide Easter eggs for their children to find, and every year the children would compete with each other to see who could find the most eggs. This year, the children had an especially difficult Easter egg hunt. Their parents had hidden the eggs all over the house. In the kitchen, the eggs were cleverly tucked away in the cabinets and in the pantry. The children woke up and immediately tried to find the eggs outside. The children had been searching everywhere for Easter eggs, but they were having no luck at all. The parents stood around laughing. They smoked their cigarettes and made jokes, then offered $100 to the child that finds the first egg. Finally, one child came into the house and began to look in the cabinets. The parents became nervous, and when the child looked into a bag of flour, yelled with glee that they not only had found the first egg, but was $100 richer. The parents tried to backpedal, as parents often do. The rest of the children came running, and the rest of the eggs were found. The child decided that instead of giving $100, the parents could eat all the eggs. The parents agreed. Ultimately, they got stomach aches from eating old hard-boiled eggs that had been sitting in the cabinets and pantry overnight.
Ooh.
The children laughed, and it was the best Easter they could remember. And as for their parents, they learned not to put their money where their mouth is.
Ha, ha. That was good. I like that. Damn.
Don't put your money where your mouth is.
That's right. $100, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I guess. I'd have taken the money.
Yeah, take the money and run, man. Either that or just skip the egg hunt and walk right up to your parental unit and be like, can I have a egg-shaped wallet? Like,
An egg-shaped wallet.
Let's go.
Oh,
well, this has been fun.
Hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yes,
Just
it
like every
has.
time. All right, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and listen, take us with you. TBSP, The Basement Show podcast on the go, yo. And please remember, the only one you should be worried about impressing is yourself.
I thought you were going to say is me.
Oh, and definitely you, T. That's right. That's right, baby.
I'm not impressed.
No, nor should you be.
Step it up.
That's right. So we got voicemails, too.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I'm sure we do. Because I got that notification.
That's right. We always get one. Thank God for that. We know we have one fan. Actually, no. Maybe more than one. I don't know.
Hey guys, it's Juicy Brucey here. It's egg demonium. It's just fantastic here at the White House lawn, and we're getting prepped and ready for the annual Easter egg hunt. So I'm hoping that I find something with lots of money in it. Maybe a Fabergé egg or cat. So, yes, it's getting pretty crazy here with Wacky Bruce, and I love you guys. A happy Easter.
That's our own Juicy Brucey, our correspondent for the Basement Show podcast, reporting from the White House lawn egg hunt thingy.
For the egg sighting.
Egg-citing
Easter egg hunt.
Educational.
We are egg-educational.
We are somewhat unegamicated.
Unegamicated.
Oh, so thank you again, folks, for inviting us in. And you love us, and we love you. And we'll be back in two. Watch the shorts, expressions, superstitions. Watch them all.
There's a lot.
That's right. There's so much love to go around. Yeah.
Happy Easter Rabbit, hooray!
Yes. Yes.